Hey, good morning, folks. Hey, it's Mike again with another car talk. I apologize for how long it's been since we've done a car talk. Ran into a little problem, as many of you know, with the new iPhone 8s that they got rid of the headphone adapter, and so for years I've used the earbuds and have been used to that, and so I misplaced this little thing, that little adapter, and so went a while, and I didn't go and pick up a new adapter. I could have easily done that at Target, but that is probably a good topic for another car talk. But what it came down to is yesterday I was going through, I picked up a couple new adapters and I couldn't find my earbuds. So I went to the old pair of earbuds that I had seen when I got my iPhone 8. And when I got the iPhone 8, I just simply grabbed the adapter off of it because I was making an assumption that the earbuds that were in the package were the exact same ones as I had. So just for giggles, I decided to, since those were the only earbuds I could find, which were the new ones, I went in there and lo and behold, what did I find? The new earbuds had the Lightning adapter. And so what ended up happening here, I made an assumption based on what I thought that the earbuds that were in this package were exactly the same ones that I've always used, which was not the case. So I ended up spending time without having music, without having access to that, because I had made these assumptions. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is just talk a little bit about assumptions. And we all know the common phrase that, when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and me. And, we could probably just leave it at there. But what I think, a lot of times is that a lot of times we make assumptions. We go into situations and we play out in our head the way we think it's going to be. And most of the time it's not based on any facts or any real data that's telling us that that's going to be how it is. It's simply based a lot on often our biases, often just our emotions, how we're feeling going in, that'll often be what's going to happen or what we think's going to happen when we go into these situations. And from my personal experience, what I've often found is that most of the time when I've made assumptions of how things are going to go, that is usually not the case when I've looked at things emotionally and using bias, as opposed to making evidential and data-driven, decisions on that. A good case in point is just something recently. Many of you know that I am leaving the college at the end of this semester to take on a new opportunity. And one of the things that before, because I knew that I had a feeling that I was going to get the final information about the new role that I'd be taking on while I was at PowerShell Summit. So before I left, I wanted to make sure that I told two of the people that I worked with that I was going to be leaving the college, because I wanted to have the personal conversation, because I have the respect, really respect these two people. And one of them I work with directly in the program that I'm currently in. And I wanted to make sure that, they heard from me and not, through an email or through the grapevine. And so I'd set this up, and, the 5 days before, I just rolling through my head, okay, how's this conversation going to go? And, just really worrying about this whole conversation, just because, I'm assuming that they're going to act a certain way. I'm assuming this, I'm assuming that, based on how I felt about the situation and those sorts of things. And then towards the end, I started, instead of being worried about what they were going to say, I started really thinking about, okay, I need to worry about myself. How am I going to approach this? How am I going to bridge this topic? How are we going to have a rich discussion between friends and colleagues about it? And as soon as I got away from making these assumptions and filling my head full of how I think this is going to go, to the point of actually thinking about how I'm going to go into the situation and work with it, it completely changed. And what I found out when I sat down with my two colleagues, I found out that it went very well. They were sad to hear that I was going, but they were very happy for me about the experience, and we had a great conversation, and it worked out really well, much better than the assumptions that I had made on there. So I guess what I'm saying is that, we should just stop assuming things. We should just stop assuming that we know more than other people might know about a situation. That doesn't mean when you're going in a situation that you just go in without thinking about it. Absolutely not. You still want to put that work in and think about what you're doing, think about the situation, and go in prepared. Have an idea of what you want to talk about, where you're coming from, have an understanding what the situation is, and then be prepared for whatever comes next. And that kind of flows into having a growth mindset, because that's what a growth mindset is all about. It's not sitting on what you know and doing things based on what you know. It's being willing to learn new things and to grow and to change your ideas and to change your direction. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Hope you enjoyed this car talk. If there's things you liked about it, feel free to leave a comment. If there's things you'd like to hear about, let me know in the comments. But we'll see you in another car talk.